The Steelers are at home, back off a bye this week against the Saints. The Oakland Raiders finally won a game when we called them out for being garbage. Speaking of garbage, the NFC South leader is 4-7, and the biggest garbage of all, Ray Rice is back.
Welcome to the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? It's we're playing the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to our Week 13 Friday Night Insight, the most fun segment of the week.
Woo!
Where was that applause? Man, the fans are not feeling this. They like to hate on Easy more than applaud for you, Johnny. Ah, there they are.
They must know he's here.
See? They seen Big Easy in the studio. He's our special guest today. Johnny Parlay is here with me.
Yo.
You're listening to the spread. Everybody loves the spread. It's Dash's favorite day of the week. Dash, how you feeling in the booth?
I'm feeling
Feeling hot.
He had too much stuffing last night and green bean casserole and gravy.
We got the wood stove kicking up here in the spread studios.
You could roast some chestnuts on the fire.
Crown Royal tonight's having a good night.
Always. Well, what about them Pittsburgh Steelers? They're coming back off a bye week. They are at home against the New Orleans Saints.
No arrests during the bye week.
Now
They all
LeGarrette
stay out of
Blount's
trouble?
gone, man. We got rid of the troublemaker.
Oh, we got all kinds of troublemakers. I'm just surprised. Nothing happened. But, yeah, very uneventful week for them, I guess, other than LeGarrette Blount doing AB's touchdown dance.
Well, you know what?
Was that a slight or was that a tribute?
Rob Rossi hated on me on TV. He hated on my tweet from bet_the spread. I wasn't too happy about that with his lame-ass hipster glasses and hipster hair. Bleep you, Rob Rossi. I hope you're listening.
What was his response to what was your tweet and what was his response?
They asked if something happened, was it a good decision to get rid of LeGarrette Blount? Should they have kept him? And I said, no, they shouldn't have kept him. He was a cancer to the locker room. And if Bell gets hurt, Ben will be able to carry the team the rest of the way.
And he disagreed with that, I guess.
All he said was, they got Ben. They'll be fine. And then he made some smug little snarky laugh like a douche.
What a bum. You know what?
He's
that
a
guy
bum.
is a loser anyway. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, go ahead, Rob Rossi. We'll take anything.
Bet_the
we'll
spread,
take any
Mr.
follow
Rossi.
we can get. But,
Oh, that sounds so goofy.
but what is this?
Listen, he's an idiot, though, because they still have one of the best receivers in football. And let's not forget what the Steelers did with Rashard Mendenhall. It was garbage.
Yeah, he was terrible. Danced around in the backfield like a loop.
And here's something else that other people are forgetting about is that wide receiver that we have called Lance Moore. He's an ex-Saint. He really hasn't been a factor thus far, but
Maybe he has a big game this week.
I'm telling you, I think he has a little bit of chip on his shoulder. I think they're going to throw him into the game plan a little bit more.
Maybe he can provide them with some intel on their offense, help figure out some of their cadences.
But what do you think that Blount, was that a tribute to AB when he did
He
his
said it
touchdown
was.
dance?
That's what I heard anyway. He
Do
said
we even
that's
know
his
if
boy.
they were friends?
Well, they were
They're
friends,
both,
yeah.
They're both pretty
Bell
cocky dudes,
Blount-
so I
Well,
imagine they are.
if you share the same blunt, then you're definitely friends.
Yeah, Bell, Blunt, and Brown were all friends.
You don't pass.
That's one of the reasons why the Steelers wanted to get rid of Blunt. It's just one of the reasons they were okay with letting him go, I should say. They didn't like the way he was negatively affecting those other two players.
They had enough. It was time to pass to Blount.
Believe that. Pass it to New England. They'll take anybody. Bunch of cheaters, druggies.
Well, that's the league, man. And,
Although Brady's wife is hot. Hit
He-
us up on Twitter, Giselle. Bet_the spread.
We'll take that follow.
Send me a DM.
But I'll even take a follow from Ray Rice at this point. He's back, right?
Ray Rice is back. I don't know how. What I've seen the most is, I guess, Goodell when he was talking to
This
Ray
is
Rice.
breaking spread news.
Yeah.
You heard it third on the spread. This just happened not that long ago. You didn't hear it first, but third.
Goodell said that the new domestic violence policy was in place from here on out. He didn't say from past discrepancies. So the way he worded it, he was saying to Rice that anything that's happened before this conversation cannot fall under the new policy and anything after will. So that's the main reason the judge, the arbitrator, decided in Ray Rice's favor.
Well, he's still got to get signed, right?
Yeah, he is a free agent now. He can sign with any team that he wants.
No one's going to take him this year, right?
Who
Who do you think, Easy? Someone going to take him this
not
year?
be surprised to see him show up in New England's radar.
Home of
No
lost.
one's going to take him this year, and it's unfortunate because, whatever. He hit his wife. That's wrong. I don't know. So he shouldn't play football the whole year. He shouldn't be able to earn a living from one mistake, I guess.
He still got paid though for the whole time he was off. He's not earning a living.
He got paid then.
He'll be back even if it's for the Minnetonka chief powwows. Like even if he has to play in Canada, he'll be playing football again. But
Who cares about Ray Rice anymore?
he'll be back. Someone will pick him up in fantasy, and that person should anyone in your league picks up Ray Rice, just penalize them just for being a douche.
As long as Baltimore loses a key asset to their offense, that's all I care about.
That's right. He won't be back this year.
Later, Ravens.
I wouldn't be surprised if he signs with a team down the stretch. Seriously, if it's a playoff team and they lose their running back or they just need to strengthen their running game, I honestly wouldn't be too shocked. The story has fallen out of the media until just when he's won this appeal. They'll beat it to death the rest of this week and into Sunday, and then it'll drop off whenever some moron does something stupid over the weekend or on Monday night, or they party after a big win and get arrested, or they go beat their girlfriend.
Right.
So then Ray Rice will be out of the news, and he'll be right back in football uniform and playing for New England.
Well, we know the Steelers won't pick him up, so
Nope.
we don't have to worry about that.
If we do, New England will just poach him from our roster.
We don't need him anyway. Who cares?
He's a cheater.
Well, listen, Adrian Peterson almost made it back in the league, and the Minnesota Vikings said he was going to start right away when he came back, and he beat a little kid. So why not Ray Rice back in the NFL? What's the problem?
Well, I don't think Adrian Peterson
gonna
should be allowed
start
back
right
this
away?
year.
That's understandable.
What do you mean he was going to start right away?
If Adrian Peterson was reinstated back into the NFL,
Yeah, the whole owner and the governor of the state were like against him. I don't think he was going to come back and play.
well, right
They
before
said-
he
Is
was
that what
about
they
to come
said?
back, they were saying he was going to start.
Get out of here.
All right.
Truth be told,
The coach said they'd all welcome him back.
ridiculous.
The players said they'd welcome him back. When you're losing, but on the cusp of winning, and a player of his caliber wants to come back, the players, they don't care what happens.
All
They
right,
probably all
then.
beat their wives too.
Well, Rice will be playing for Buffalo. Buffalo's going to sign him.
The NFL is full of a bunch of studio gangsters. They
No,
just
the
run
Jets.
around
He'll go to
thinking
the
they're
Jets.
thugs. They carry guns, and then they beat helpless women.
they are gangsters, but
They're studio
I think
gangsters.
that the baseball players, they're not gangsters. This is some baseball news this week. I guess you want to talk about that, Jim. I know you love baseball.
Baseball news. Were you talking
Talk-
about basketball
talk baseball?
or baseball?
Baseball?
As long as you're not talking about the Pirates, I think
Well, there
we'll
were
be
two
all right.
giant moves this week.
Giant moves?
Giant moves
I
of the
thought they were
playoffs.
Boston moves.
Well,
The Giants lost, but yeah, they lost.
There
Yeah.
was a giant
Two
move.
two large moves, yes, and a giant was moved. The big panda's gone. He's a Red Sox.
A red soak. Is that the same as the Soaks from The Outsiders? Is that like an offspring of them?
I don't think so, but I could be
No?
wrong. I don't watch too many movies.
You never seen The Outsiders?
I think I've seen it maybe when I was like 8 when you're supposed to watch it.
Well, first of all, that movie's a classic, and it's way better than Pirate Baseball. So I will watch that over and over and over before I'll even watch a Pirate World Series game. On the other hand...
Garbage.
Shut up, Dash.
Well,
Sandoval and who else? Ramirez? Hanley Ramirez?
Hanley
Yeah.
Ramirez.
Yeah, both the Boston. I've heard that they're going to shop Cespedes for a big pitcher.
Nobody in Boston, none of the general managers, none of the coaches like Cespedes, so they do want to move him
Huh? Why do they not like him?
because he's just a dick.
Well, you're a dick, but we keep you around.
He's a quality producer.
Well, that's because your show would be garbage without me.
I've said that before. I'm not disputing that part. My fact is that you're a dick and we keep you around.
Well,
What?
it's getting a little crazy here.
There's
Let's
one
not
thing-
forget about Johnny Parlay, the looks
The
behind
glue.
the looks behind the show,
The flowing hair.
The brains.
the brains and the ladies.
Yeah,
the
don't
ladies
forget
love
about Johnny
JP.
Parlay. Hit him up on farmersonly.com.
LLJP. Ladies love Johnny Parlay. All right.
What I don't like
Oh,
about Hanley
man.
Ramirez going to Boston is he is my shortstop
Boston.
in my Dynasty Fantasy Baseball League, and they are moving him to left field most likely. That's why
Ouch.
Cespedes is going to go because they have a very good outfield right now, and they have too many outfielders because Hanley is a left fielder now because they have a great shortstop, young shortstop in Xander Bogaerts, and Big Panda's going to be playing third base, so that leaves Hanley Ramirez out of a position.
So who's this panda bear that you keep referring to that will be playing third base?
The Big
That
Panda,
clutch
Pablo
performer.
Sandoval.
He is
Oh,
clutch.
I thought there was going to be a real panda bear out there. That'd be more
He
entertaining.
looks like a panda
Imagine if
bear.
you had to slide into third base with a panda waiting to maul you whenever you got there. You'd be a little more inclined to stay at second and not steal.
He's played his whole career in San Francisco. Who knows if making a change is going to affect him at all?
A lot of times,
you never
these
know.
big players, when they move, they just don't have it. Like
Yeah.
Pujols.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What happened to that guy?
What happened to Pujols?
He's still a quality player for being 30-something years old, but
Nothing
he's
like
not
he
what he
was
was
when he
doing
left
in
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis.
Yeah,
No.
maybe he should have just stayed there.
Yeah, St. Louis is where you go to thrive, and you leave it when it's time to die as a player, I think.
Boston has the tools to make it happen. They can go get anybody they want. So we'll just see. We're going to have to just find out and see how it plays out.
Well, for everybody who says baseball is boring, what if they had a cheetah, in a cage, and they just kept one on the third base line?
I think you say baseball is
What's
boring.
up with a zoo baseball
One
game
on the
trying?
third base line and one on the first base line. And when you went to steal, they let it out of the cage. And if it mauled you before you got to the ball or the base, you definitely didn't get it.
Terrible suggestion.
I love it. I
You
think
just
it
don't
would
like
make the game
baseball because you
extremely.
weren't any good at it.
That's right.
First of all, I
think the truth
started on
came
the
out.
championship
That's the
team
truth.
for Little League in Sutersville, Pennsylvania, okay?
I think they let everyone play
I was
Little
the
League.
starting left center fielder.
I had a
Alright?
kid with one arm.
And
playing
and
on
then
my
when-
baseball
I have a
And then when
trophy
baseball became
in a
serious,
box
you
in my
lost it.
attic at my mom's house, all right? So I don't
Yeah.
want to hear nothing
Now,
about
your
me
dad
not
was
having
the
to play
coach,
base-
yeah.
My dad was not the coach of my T-ball team. He rolled out when I was a kid.
No,
So
you're-
my dad wasn't even
you're
there.
Said, I don't want to be
Or
embarrassed by
Little
this
League.
kid.
Okay, I'm sorry. Little League, yes. He definitely wasn't around by Little League.
And then when the
Fuck,
kids started
please.
pitching, I guess you gave up.
No, we had a pitching machine in T-ball, and then we had kids pitching in Little League, fool.
Well, I think.
I played against Madden. I got hits off a Big Easy. He thinks he's so good.
Is that truth?
He played for Hermione, and I played for Sutersville. He played with Jeff Keel.
I don't. I would be thankful if I remembered those days,
That's
but
right.
I don't.
With your big-ass glasses.
I don't. All I remember is I was good at baseball.
All I remember is Big Lou is a beast.
Yeah. Shout out to
Wow.
Brandon Phillips. What's up, bro?
Yeah, follow us, dude.
Follow us on Twitter at bet_the_spread.
Where we talk about other things other than Little League baseball.
Hey, dude, the Little League World Series kept us like all half sober for that beach trip we were there. If it wasn't for that, we've all lost our minds.
Yeah, the Little League World Series is okay.
it was
Everybody
the
else
only
is young.
sober
Young
2
guys.
hours of each day we had for an entire week.
That is where it's at.
What about this offensive pass interference I heard you yapping about this week,
Oh,
Parlay?
yeah, I
What's
was
what's your
texting
beef
Jim
with
late
this?
last night. I was a little turkey buzzed and a little wine buzzed. It's Thanksgiving. And
I was trying to
just,
sleep because I had to work in the morning.
just feeling chatty. And I was like, there was a call in the San Fran-Seattle game, and it was offensive pass interference, 10-yard penalty. So why is offensive a 10-yard penalty when defense can be anywhere from 15 to 98?
Right?
99. You're on the 1-yard line, and you could throw it 100 yards to the other end zone, and it's pass interference. That's a 99-yard penalty.
Yeah.
So
I don't
why
understand
offense 10? It's just more offense biased. The game is becoming terrible. So much more enjoyable to watch that game last night when there were 19 or so points scored the whole game. It's just entertaining. That's why I like college sometimes. Good defenses, not a shotgun for every single play. It's just entertaining. None of these fake handoff bootlegs. This is just terrible. Like, play the game how it's meant to be played. 6-9 final scores. That's what I like.
Well, what would you rather have for offensive pass interference? Would you rather it be like a 15-yard penalty or maybe stick with only 10 yards, but say it's first down and you commit the penalty, you lose second down even. So then you go straight to third down.
I don't like the loss of down. I think it should just be straight 15. I don't care if it's a screen pass and it's offensive. 15, back them up, make it hard. I mean,
What if they
you're already pretty much allowed to offensively pass interfere every play anyway.
What if they did anything under 15 yards was a 15-yard penalty and anything over 15 yards was a 30-yard penalty?
30-yard penalty is a little extreme, even I will say. I just say keep it at 15.
But it's extreme to get a 99-yard penalty, too. I mean, how many times have you seen the defensive back just get hung out to dry on a deep ball?
Defensive
All they're
pass
trying to do is
interference
turn
is
their
terrible.
body to look at the ball, and they get a penalty. The receiver flops, and they get a free 58
Yeah,
yards.
I saw it last
Teams
night.
have plays drawn up. They purposely just chuck the ball downfield once or
Right.
twice a game at least and try to get a pass interference penalty.
I saw it last night, a pass interference that was a straight-up dive. I just say go with the college rule, 15-yard penalty.
As a receiver, I hated that though, because in high school it is 15 yards no matter how deep of a pass it is, and I'm 45 yards downfield and I'm about to make a catch and the dude just blows right through me, and then I only get 15 yards out of it. You know what I mean? So
Well, yeah, but what if you're 45 yards downfield and you punt kick them in the groin and then catch the ball? That's not fair.
And then you get 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, you just get a 10-yard penalty.
that's fine though, because my high school team wasn't getting 20 yards.
Well, it's not fine. That poor kid's jock just collapsed and he's having the worst day of his life because you kicked him in the nards.
That's his
Either
problem.
way, college is a better game. It's set up better rules, better matchups, better fans, better everything.
Those games on Thanksgiving weren't too bad. They weren't great, but they weren't too bad.
That Dallas game was snorer.
Why were there no AFC games?
Yeah, what's up with that?
There has been before because the Steelers have played on
Right.
Thanksgiving before, but there was none this year.
The two main games are NFC-based games because it's always Lions NFC and it's always Dallas NFC.
I also did see that the reason why San Francisco got the night game is because they couldn't schedule a night game at their home stadium any other time because the city is worried about the traffic pattern still because it's still very new to downtown Santa Clara. And they didn't want a giant, mix-up or jam-up of the whole entire city's traffic system. So with it being the holiday, they figured there'd be a lot less travelers. People would be in by then, and it would be a little more fluent.
Well, I heard nothing of that. That's great. Where'd you dig that one up?
ProFootballTalk.com.
The things they'll research. That was some great civil analysis.
Believe it.
All I know is now Detroit and Dallas always play on Thanksgiving. So if you're not going to schedule an AFC team to play them this week, and you add a third game, you don't make that two NFC teams. It makes no sense. You have to throw at least one AFC team in there somewhere.
Throw me a freaking bone here.
That's right. It is sort of absurd. Little
Well, what about the
AFC
Steelers
racism.
every year on Thanksgiving at home so that we can all go as the Spread LLC and roll down there and just take over Heinz Field?
Last thing I want to do on Thanksgiving Day is go down to a football game. I like to sit around and get drunk at home. It's always cold. I'm always stuffed. I ain't trying to eat a $12 burger when
That's
I can
not
eat
turkey
a
I'm smelling, guys.
I actually thought Baltimore was supposed to play every Thanksgiving, and they said that a few years ago, maybe even last year.
I think you were high on methamphetamines when you heard
I'm
this or
telling
something.
you.
Were you hanging out with Jesse and Walt?
But I actually would like that because then that means there's a game on Thanksgiving that we would care about.
Well, I care about any game I have a 3-team parlay on. I'll tell you that about.
Well, how often does that pan out?
It never pans out. I lose every year. I'm a bookie's dream on Thanksgiving.
Well, now there will be probably limited action this week, I would think, with 6 teams already done with their week. And then you got Monday night, 2 more teams. So it's going to be a light afternoon this Sunday.
Easy week for my friend. I want to give a real quick shout out to our boy Marc-Andre Fleury. He got his
follow us,
300th win this past week. Yeah, Fleury, follow us on Twitter at bet_the_spread. This guy has been a model of consistency for the Penguins. I don't understand why Yinzer fans always want him gone. Why do they always love the backup quarterback and the backup goalie? Fleury is one of the fastest goalies to 300 wins in his career. I think there's only 1 or 2 guys that have done it faster than he has. I don't know. He struggled in the playoffs 2 or 3 years. I'm not going to deny that. He struggled bad. But last year, he was not the reason that we lost in the playoffs. He lost us that one game with that bad mishap behind the net. He isn't great handling the puck, but he's great at crunch time. I love him. He's great for the team. They love him in the locker room. Fleury's the man, and I'd take him over any other Penguin goalie any other day of the week.
Yeah, I will say that he gets hated on for what reason, I don't know. I mean, I hate on him once in a while, too. Like I said earlier in this couple episodes ago, how he's just gonna struggle, and he's just great in the regular season, which he tends to collapse in the playoffs, but he's better than
he's better than anybody else
better
out
than
there,
a lot
man.
of goalies out there.
Anybody that you're gonna let go, nobody lets a franchise goaltender go. And the people that always want to get rid of him are real quick to say, "Oh, they need to get rid of Fleury," and then you ask them who are they gonna get, and they go, "You need to get rid of Fleury," because they have no answer because they don't know what they're talking about.
Just stay in a crease. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he needs to
Stay in a crease and protect the net.
But
Protect
anyway,
your
yeah,
neck.
you got to shout out to him. 300 wins, that ain't easy to come by.
Believe it.
So
Get
Well-
300 more, Fleury.
Well done.
congrats. Get 7 wins.
Get us another cup.
Get 28 wins in the playoffs, and
They only need
then we'll
16.
talk. 16, sorry.
That'd be a lot of wins. Well, let's talk about our picks of the week here real quick. Who do you got this week, Mr. Parlay?
I did it for you guys last week. The last 2 weeks, I stuck my neck out for you guys. I take tough games, not like Jim Cella over
Bounty
here.
tough?
I just pick, Indy, New England, all these great teams, Denver, all these teams that always
Why
come
would
to
you
play.
pick a game that you're going to lose instead of being smart
you
enough
gotta,
to pick a game
you
that
gotta
you're going to win?
step up. You gotta step up. This is a show for the people.
Dash, what am I in my last 9, 7, and 2 picks of the week?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty stepping up
Big
right there, my friend.
Yeah, big deal. You take Indy half the time. That's not sticking your neck out for the people. Any sucker can take Indy every
sucker
week.
can take a losing bet every week too, but I just tell them not to.
Well, there'll be a sucker if they go with you this week. You want to go with
we
me?
both agree on your pick of the week, so you're just telling them that they're going to lose your bet.
All right, well, scratch that from the record. But I will say that I stuck my neck out last week and I went with the Minnesota Vikings, a terrible team, and they played the Green Bay Packers. How many people you think took Minnesota in that game?
You?
Crickets, exactly. 1, Johnny Parlay. And Johnny Parlay is going to give you another gift this week. I'm going to give you the Rams. How many people you think are taking the Rams this week? I don't care who they're playing. It's still the Rams. Yeah, but not for the pick of the week. Not for the For the People pick. Take the Rams, people. They're getting 6.5. And they're playing the Raiders, correct?
They are playing the Raiders.
So, I mean, like I was saying in the pick show earlier, Oakland, they're coming off a win, so they're going to be all jazzed up, which means the dude's going to probably throw about 4 picks, try to do more than he's capable of. I like St. Louis laying 6.5. They'll win by a touchdown at least.
Get money.
Cha-ching.
What about you, Easy?
It's Baltimore all the way.
Baltimore, what are they, -6?
-6.
They're at home against San Diego.
Home against San Diego. Flacco's due to have another 5-touchdown game. That's all I got to say.
That's unlikely.
San Diego's garbage.
Well, San Diego may be terrible, but I don't think Flacco will ever throw 5 touchdowns in one game again. And actually, we all disagree with you on this pick, so you're the only one going. You're the only one riding Baltimore.
Yeah, Flacco may not throw 5 TDs the rest of the season.
Give him the college pop.
Spread solo.
What's that college pop?
Yeah, let's go with you. That's your expertise.
The 100% spread solid pot. Mississippi State.
The make
Saturday night. Make money pick Mississippi State Saturday night at
Minus
Old
2.5.
Miss. At Old Miss -2.5. It's easy.
That's it.
Put a half stack on Mississippi State.
Triple stacks.
Damn, you already took a stack off. It was a stack and a half before, now it's just a half stack.
With additional half stack.
Yeah, he's adding a half stack to the previous stack and a half, I think.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're positive about this pick?
Put 2 full stacks on Mississippi State.
That's it. Double stack, triple stack. What's your pick of the week, Dash, since you're so cocky over there? You got a hole in your pocket?
I'm going Cincy once again.
Cincy? You're yelling at me for taking Indy. This dude takes Cincy two weeks in a row. Why don't you yell at him?
I don't yell at talent.
Oh, where's that cricket sound
Cincy
again?
has Andy Dalton running at QB. You pick Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Andrew Luck to win games.
Because you're too stupid and you pick losers, again, is not my problem.
Losers. I'm 4-0, buddy.
4-0. You're 0-4. I don't want to hear no 4-0.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim, you make your picks, Jim, like an 8-year-old.
Hey.
Oh, I like Peyton.
An 8-year-old who's 7-2.
I like Andrew Luck. He's
Making that
man.
money.
He throws for 500 yards a game.
I can hear the money just piling up in my wallet. I'm going to have to open that safe up I'm making
called
so much.
soccer bets. You love the soccer bets, and this year they've been working. So, yeah.
You want
Blind
to win
squirrel.
money, you take what's going to win. That's
Blind
the type
squirrel
of bet you
finds a nut
take.
every
Well,
once in a
everybody
while.
likes the Bengals except for you, though. So
Yeah,
That's right.
John.
I'm on a roll,
that's
too.
another sleeper.
John
Another
Parlay.
sleeper of yours.
Yeah, that is a sleeper. You can't be liking the Bengals. Aren't they giving points
Bengals are -3.5.
on the road?
Yeah.
On the road.
Yeah, a home dog. I love a home dog. I took a home dog with Minnesota last week. I'm taking it again this week.
All
Well,
right,
pin a rose on your nose.
And Orleans' butt.
Let's move on to a game that's going to be exciting. The New England Patriots are rolling into Lambeau Field. Green Bay is -3. The over-under is a gaudy 57.5. Easy, you're taking New England.
Yeah, they can't be stopped right now.
Parlay, you're liking Green Bay.
Yeah, what are these, though? These aren't picks of the week.
This is my pick of the week.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
asking
Imagine that.
I'm
The
just asking
Patriots
you.
and the Packers, two great teams. Of course, you're going to make one of those your picks of the week.
I pick a game that people want to hear about. Nobody wants to hear about Cincy and Tampa Bay. Nobody gives a crap about Josh McCown and the Buccaneers.
It's called
They're a bunch
sticking
of
your neck
losers,
out, and that's
dude.
why I'm so popular with the fan base. That's why I can't even walk down the streets. He's
A
Carson.
turkey
The
stuck
li-
its neck out yesterday and it got chopped off and I ate it. So that's what happens when you stick your neck out.
The line show is about getting people that money, not just talking about stupid Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, this is a
I am
prime
getting
time.
people money by telling them
Everybody's
what to
watching.
pick on the game that they're going to watch. Not
Brady
the game
versus-
that
That's a
they're
game
not going to
everybody's
watch.
going to put money on anyways, whether they listen to you or not. Give them something
Give them something they
don't
can
want-
use.
They're not.
What
putting
about the
money on
people
it.
that
They
live in
can't.
St. Louis?
The people
They
that live in
wanna-
St.
they wanna
Louis are
gamble.
rioting and burning the state to the ground. So I don't really care
Yeah,
about
people that are
them.
doing that can't afford to make a wager. I'll tell you that much.
But
Well,
let's
they could
get-
probably have a lot of new TVs on Craigslist. I'll say that much.
believe that.
It's a good week to search the St. Louis Craigslist if you're looking to refurnish
Free
your house.
TVs. Well, I'm gonna get a new TV whenever I win this pick because I'm
Well,
taking
let's
a
see it.
Green
Who's
Bay
your big
over
pick?
teaser.
You need a new radio.
I do need a new radio. I just blew the old one out. So
I got
that's
another
what I'm
question
gonna buy
for
with
you.
this.
Parlay's fired up now.
All right.
Have you ever made your pick of the week the underdog?
Yeah.
When? Check
When I
the
took
tapes.
Jacksonville, they were like 15-point underdog, and I covered.
There you go. Give me 15 points. I'll take it.
Well, why
Sucker
would
bet.
you take a bet that you're going to lose instead of taking the smart bet? I'm a man of statistics and analysis. I have a degree in finance. I follow the trends, homie.
Okay,
Get
people.
that percentage.
You want to hear picks for New England versus Green Bay? Search YouTube. You only have about 50,000 results. You want to find out who's going to cover the St. Louis Oakland game? You
They're
come to your
not even
boy
going to
Johnny
watch,
Parlay.
and people don't even know the St. Louis Oakland game's going on because it's so irrelevant. Fans don't care.
That's why you just put money on it and walk away and come back with $100 in your pocket.
Yeah, when you bet on the Green Bay over,
But let's hear your pick of the week, 8-year-old.
Green Bay and over.
Green
Plus
Bay and
4,
over.
52
Sucker
and a half.
bet. Sucker bet.
It'll win. You can call it whatever you want. I call it a win.
This
A
game's
win
gonna
is
stay
a win.
under.
Is a win.
It's gonna stay under.
You got to be kidding me. Both teams are average over 30 points a game.
Still going under.
Hey, you can say whatever you want, buddy. When I'm winning, I'll be making that money flow to the bank.
Not only are you going to miss this pick, you're going to get both halves of it wrong.
Speaking of which, didn't you guys have a little bet about his 5-0 and if he can talk about it anymore?
That week, and then I only went 0-5 a few weeks later. It did not happen on the week of the bet, so it is a null and void bet.
I don't remember the bet going like that.
That's
I
exactly how it
remember the
went.
bet.
He said if you go 0-5 this week, his words were this week, not in weeks prior, not any week for the rest of the year, not any other week for the rest of your life. He said this week, and that week, I'm pretty sure I went 3-2.
Well, either way,
I
we're
disagree.
tightening up as far as records. If
Believe
we're going
it.
by percentage, it's going to get
Disagreements.
real tight down the stretch.
If
It's
we're
getting
going by
heated.
percentage, Jim's in last.
If we're going by wins, I'm in first, and that's what people want.
Yeah, he does like
Wins.
8 shows by himself where he just picks games.
And wins.
He picks CFL games and he counts
wins.
those.
Hey, dude, I picked the winner of the Grey Cup.
Well, you heard your pick of the week. You got your pick of the week in there for the big prime marquee matchup that everyone's
That's
going to be
right.
picking this
Man, I
week.
got
Well, they
Cup.
want to know who's going to win. That's why everybody's picking it. But that's our Week 13 Friday Night Insight. Thank you guys for coming in studio. I know you like to hate on my picks because you're jealous of me winning all the time. Easy, always good to have you here, buddy. Dash, you produce the hell out of the show, so I want to thank you for doing all that hard work. Parlay, you show up on Friday, you kill it, you drink beer, and you roll the
That's right.
bleep out.
Speaking of, we still need a sponsor for our drinks.
I wonder
So
if our pizza's here.
tweet us
Well,
sponsorship.
We just got a new sponsor, Farmers Only.
Farmers
Farmers
Only.
Only, let's
Follow
go.
us at bet_the_spread. Check us out on Facebook. Subscribe to that YouTube channel.
Go get your shine box.
Get money. You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.